Hi, I'm Caitlin Tiller and this is Just Causes. We're a program about campaigners and activists who lobby and agitate for positive change. Here's a question. Should your sexuality determine whether you have the right to have a family? In an increasingly open-minded society, views on parenting are still surprisingly conservative. Gay Dads Australia is a support network making it possible for gay men to become fathers.
Ideal family is different for everybody.
And a union of people that share love and are just there for one another.
The strongest value that most of these parents would be looking at is actually how the child's doing, the best interests of that child.
But you know, family is a family. If it works, it works. You can't really say otherwise, because kids only need love, nothing else.
Gay Dads Australia is an organisation seeking to help homosexual couples start families of their own. They provide information as well as support for men in gay relationships who want to become fathers.
We as parents don't have that support being gay males.
Dr. Greg Chang is the Western Australian representative of Gay Dads Australia. A dad himself, he wishes to share his experiences with other men who wish to start their own families.
The premise really is to have a group of like-minded people to share stories about being parents or finding out about being parents.
Gay Dads is kind of like an informal organisation, if you like. It's a group of people who kind of all happen to be gay and all either are or are trying to be dads. Yeah. So, yeah.
Paul and Josh Taylor-Byrne from Perth have just met their surrogate babies for the first time in India. Through Gay Dads, their dream of being parents became a reality.
So tell me what it was like to meet your sons for the first time.
I guess there is actually no word that can really describe it. I guess for us, we were sitting there when the surrogate was taken into the birthing unit, birthing suite, and sitting there and waiting and waiting. It was actually, we kind of put it pretty much as we were getting married all over again.
Gay Dads aims to assist everyday men who would like to be fathers. Adoption is on the way to being accessible for gay couples. Ben Goldschmidt plans to have a family through adoption in the future.
I'm adopted myself, so I already know that you can adopt children.
Currently in Australia, only married couples can adopt children. The Australian Christian Lobby argues that mothers and fathers have different parenting styles, and without this diversity, children will lack the potential to be well-rounded and balanced individuals.
A study that was done in 2011, and it showed that parents who were married and the biological parents of their children, these particular children actually did better in terms of vocational capacity, behavioural, cognitive, educationally as well.
Rhys Valance is the Western Australian Director of the Australian Christian Lobby.
Well, ACL's view is that we would like to see the child's best interests met in every situation that it's possible. And we know from various bodies of research that the best environment for a child to be raised is actually with its biological married parent.
I can only speak for myself and my family that ideal parent family or gay dad's family would be something that we would raise our children or child to be a responsible and respectable individual and adult. And like most parents, we would want to make sure that they have the values that we think are important, such things like integrity, love, showing support, showing appreciation of staff, so that they can, that they can steer their way through life in the world that we live today.
Regardless of what your sexuality or sexual orientation is, I think it actually doesn't come into whether you can become a parent or not. I would say to anybody out there, if you believe you have what it takes to actually put the best interest of the child first, to provide for a child, and to know you can do that continually for the rest of your life, then parenting might be for you, and give it a go.
With us to talk more about the issue are Adrian Tilby, who's a gay dad, and Pastor Cameron Sinclair. Thanks for joining us.
Pleasure, thank you.
So Cameron, in a nutshell, why does the church oppose same-sex parenting?
Well, I'd like to say first, Jamie, that I have no doubt that children thrive in a loving and secure home, and that same-sex parents are able to provide a loving and secure home. I think where Christian understanding of this issue comes from the idea that if men and women are different and are not the same, the idea of raising children in a heterosexual relationship will be providing a complementary raising of children that same-sex parenting does not provide. And our understanding of that idea and authority for that idea comes from the Bible, and Christians hold that the Bible is an authority by which they follow. And primarily that idea comes from the person Jesus Christ, who claimed to be God. And yet in that claim to be God, he died in our place and rose again from the dead as historical, factual evidence. And from that understanding of Jesus, we follow what he has to say about marriage. And his idea of marriage is that it's between a man and a woman.
Adrian, do you accept the idea that you can't be a gay dad and a good Christian?
No, I don't. I'm not a Christian myself, but I believe if you are a good Christian, you'd be a good citizen, you'd be a good person in the community, and that's what I strive to be. While I don't believe in God, I believe in humanity and being good to other people and setting that example.
Cameron, how do you feel about this?
I think my understanding of a Christian is very different. A Christian person is someone who is Christian, which means a follower of Jesus. And a follower of Jesus realises, firstly, that they never fulfil Jesus' call to follow him by their own good work. Rather, it's a person who realises that they need Jesus to rescue them from their rebellion, the Bible says, against God, because we've wanted to live our life our own way against him. So out of that understanding, Christians are people who realise that they need God's love and grace, his overwhelming generosity and kindness.
Adrian, can you understand the view that gay parenting is somehow contrary to the well-being and the best interests of children?
No, because what your family is made of doesn't make any difference. It's what's provided by the family, the love, the care, the attention. And when I have a mother and father, and when I think, what do I love about my mum? It's certain things. I don't love her because she's a woman. I love her because she's kind, compassionate. She'll give me time. She'll do anything to help me. She helps me learn from my mistakes. I love my parents for very different reasons, not because of their gender. So I guess the personality, the behaviours, who the person is makes a difference. You can have a mum and dad that are the best in the world, but you can also have a mum and dad that are pretty shitty. They might be alcoholics, or there could be a whole range of issues. So to put that category out there, I don't think it's really quite fair. It comes down to who that person is that makes them a good parent, not what gender they are.
Cameron, many major studies have shown that children of same-sex parents are as well adjusted as other kids. Where, in your view, do the negative risks come from?
I think this is a very difficult question for me to start identifying those types of things, because there'll be countless examples where that's not the case. I think fundamentally the question to be asked is, what is the basis by which we make moral and ethical decisions? And I think same-sex parenting and a lot of other topics like that is an ethical and moral decision. How do we determine what is right and what is wrong? Now, if, as predominantly what I see around us today, it's based upon what makes me happy, and fulfilling my own personal desires, my question will then be, well, how does one person's personal desires rate against another person's personal desires. And my concern is that as those personal desires and people's own personal aspirations rise, there will be, who will be the arbiter of what is right and what is wrong?
Adrian, how do you react to that?
Well, Cameron kind of mentioned that, their children will be well adjusted. It doesn't really make too much difference at all. So if the children are raised in a loving family, it doesn't matter if they've got two mums, two dads, just a mum and an auntie. Or it's the family that supports them that makes the difference. They might even have two Christian parents. It doesn't make any difference as long as it's a loving family. It helps them learn and grow. That's the main thing.
Adrian and Cameron, thank you for being a part of Just Causes.
Pleasure, Jamie.
Thank you for having me.
Can you imagine swimming in the ocean in the middle of the night for 19 hours straight, all in the name of charity? Well, it's time to meet Kynwynn Roberts, a selfless young woman who recently completed a triple crossing to Rottnest Island off the West Australian coast to raise awareness of the horrors of modern slavery. For Just Causes, I'm Caitlin Tiller.
Yeah, my name's Kynwynn Roberts now. I've just recently got married, so getting used to that name. I'm 32 years old. I work as a fitness trainer with my husband. My husband and I have our own business called Positive Lifestyle Training.
As you know, these two magnificent swimmers are about to head off. This is a 60-kilometre swim. They're going to cross the Rottnest Channel 3 times. It is a huge endurance event. They're doing it an enormous act of selflessness. I know they're wonderful athletes, but they've asked, can this to be devoted to Walk Free?
The Forrest family started up Walk Free, which is an organisation to try and end modern-day slavery around the world.
What are we doing it for? We're doing
it for Walk Free. We figure we're free to go and do this 18-hour endurance event while other people around the world are forced to be slaves and work, under horrible conditions. So how lucky are we to be able to attempt something like this? And if we can share Walk Free and what they do with everyone, that'd be awesome.
Kynwynn growing up was a great kid. Everybody says that about their children, but she's always been really, really conscientious and takes after me, I think, in that she likes to plan for everybody else.
And it makes you think, well, I'm not just doing this, as a personal achievement. I'm doing it to help other people who aren't in a position to help themselves. So really that's kind of more rewarding in a way. I started to do it for a charity because I knew that there was going to be moments that were really hard and that I would be really tired and grumpy and just want to get out. But I learnt that, well, it's kind of a selfish thing just doing a race just for yourself. If I had someone else to do it for and someone else to think about, it would get me through those hard times. And yeah, in the English Channel, I did not once think about stopping, like that wasn't an option. And in this triple Rottnest swim, I was just like, there's no way I'm going to stop because I'm doing it for these other people. And someone kind of said, oh, what about the English Channel? And I was like, no way, I hate being cold, I hate cold water. Again, I don't just want to do it for myself, like I want to be able to help someone else. And as I started doing my training, and my husband's cousin, who's also a friend of mine, she's only 24, she got diagnosed with breast cancer. And so I thought, well, great, I want to do it for her and other people like her. And there's an amazing organisation called Breast Cancer Care WA who do a lot of help supporting and helping people.
I'm Andy Roberts, I'm Kynwynn's husband of about a year. The next immediate one is New York. It's not a real it's an adventure, but it's not the type of holiday that we like to get out and enjoy the outdoors and would be stuck in the city, but that's going to be an experience in itself.
Yeah, so for the Manhattan Island Marathon Swim, which is 46 kilometres around Manhattan, I'm going to do it again for Walk Free, just because I'm passionate about it now and I really believe in what they do, and I think it would be great to get it over there in America and spread the word over there as well. So
go Walk Free! Go Walk Free! And these two very brave swimmers are making their mark to draw attention and to say, listen world, wake up, let's stop slavery.
I think she just likes to do something, just test herself really. She looks for challenges, whatever it may be. She's just a fighter. She'll just look for something hard and try to achieve it. And through doing that, she provides so much inspiration to everyone around.
It's a learning experience. Every swim I've done, I've learnt something from, which has helped me to go that little bit further the next time. But it's also helped me in life as well.
Provides so much support to everyone around her. Genuine champion.